Hello everyone and welcome to the 6th episode of LearnMoTo, our channel for sharing what we learn about motorcycle riding. Natutuwa po kami doon sa naging response doon sa episode namin about trail braking. Marami sa inyo ang first time palang narinig ito. Merong mga nag-agree at merong hindi. Pero ang maganda ay nagkaroon ng awareness at discussion tungkol dito. Sa mga hindi nag-agree, let me assure you na lahat ng sinishare namin dito ay may batayan, yung mga turo ng mga international experts. Bago kami mag-share ng kahit ano dito, maraming research, pag-aaral at practice ang ginagawa namin. Kasi alam namin, pag nag-share kami ng maling information, baka buhay ang kapalit nito. To make sure na quality yung content na binibigay namin sa inyo, we have an advisory board headed by no other than Lee Parks, the founder of Total Control. Sa episode na to, papaliwanag natin in detail kung paano ginagamit yung tatlong skills na natutuhan natin, yung brake control, trail braking, at vision. Sa twisties katulad ng Marilake, kahit malayo ang tingin mo, hindi mo pa rin kita kasi obstructed yung vision mo ng mga puno at ng mga kurbada. Kaya importante kino-cover mo na yung brake. Ibig sabihin, yung fingers mo, nandun na sa brake lever pagka ma-approach ka ng mga corner na hindi mo kilala. Dahil hindi naman ako regular sa Marilake, lahat ng corner dito, hindi ko kilala. Bakit kailangan i-cover yung brake? In a paper presented by Ecker and Wasserman during the 2001 International Motorcycle Safety Conference na ginawa sa Florida, it was shown that yung difference sa brake reaction time between covering the brake and not covering it is about 0.3 seconds. Even at just 60 kilometers per hour, yung 0.3 seconds na yun means a lot. Kasi within that time, nakatravel na ng 5 meters yung motor mo. Ang laking bagay niyan. Like most corners here in Marilake, my vision into this corner was limited. I looked as far into the corner as possible while scanning up and down. Dahil kakaiba ang white object nito, medyo alert na ako. Makikita ito sa movement ng kamay ko. At this point, nakita ko yung black sand and pebbles across my lane. Ito siguro ang nightmare para sa marami. But if proper technique is also a habit, this is not a problem. Dahil kino-cover ko na yung brake, madali ako nakapag-initiate ng braking. Itinayo ko din agad ang bike to maximize braking traction. By the time nasagasa ako yung buhangin na yon, the bike was already upright at mabagal na ang takbo ko. Mukhang bigla ang braking dahil kabisado ko ang brake lever ko. Yung initial pressure na yon is maybe just about 5%. Ito naman nangyari when I was demonstrating an error called lazy steering for a future episode. Dahil nga demo ito ng deliberate steering error and I was on the wrong place on the road, I took the precaution of trailing the brake going into the corner. Nakikita nyo yung kamay ko nag-a-apply ng very light pressure doon sa lever. By looking into the corner and having the highest visual lead possible, agad kong nakita ang van na ito. Dalawang bagay ang ginawa ko at the same time. Una, I directed my vision not at the van, but kung saan ko gustong pumunta yung bike. Number 2, in-increase ko yung brake pressure ko. By doing this, bumaba ang speed ng bike ko at lumiit ang turning radius. Mapapansin nyo itong maliit na pitik na ito ng brake para itayo ko yung bike. Sa dalawang video na to, pinakita natin how individual skills come together on the road. Although kanya-kanyang style ang riding, meron mga basic na hindi nababago, katulad ng smooth braking, tsaka yung visual lead, at marami pang iba. That's our episode for the week because I'm off to a long-delayed Cordillera Level 2 ride. 1,000 plus kilometers, 8,700 curves, sa mga pinakamahirap na kalye yata sa Cordillera. They should be interesting. See you next week on LearnMoTo.